𝗬𝗏 Taproom is the place to play indoor golf in Worcester. Featuring 5 bays with brand new 𝗙𝗵𝗍 laser simulators and over 16,000 courses to choose from, including local courses, you're guaranteed to tee off comfortably on your favorite course any time of the year. 𝗬𝗏 Taproom also hosts indoor golf leagues year-round so you can grow as a player and have fun rain or shine. Great food, great drinks, and reasonable rates. Navigate to 𝗬𝗏taproom.com to book a bay today. Say hi to Todd, Doreen, and the rest of the staff. They'll be sure to take good care of you.
Great teams don't happen by chance. They're built on trust, teamwork, and people who show up when it matters. At Massive Staffing Solutions, we connect people with opportunity and businesses with reliable talent. And we're proud to support the local communities and organizations that bring people together. Massive Staffing Solutions. People first, community always.
No job is too big or too small for Worcester's best signage and display crew. Art Creative are experts in signage, banners, large format printing, vinyl lettering, and more. With work featured all over New England, they will understand your needs better than any competitor, guaranteed. If you're looking for a local business that truly cares about quality, Art Creative is here for you. Check out their Facebook page or visit them online at art-creative.com. I think it was against Steve Quarterfinals. Might have been Joe Ricard. I'm not sure.
I think it was against Joe.
Against Joe, where he shot like an 80 average, 84, 85. He was shooting some phenomenal darts.
Yeah, he took the first shot off of Joe. And we're going to see the cork here. Not going to find it with that one. But yeah, speaking of Joe, Steve Krikorian 2-0 over Joe Ricard in the first round here. Fred going to start us off in this match, but Steve's going to be moving on to the semifinals.
Yeah, he'll be facing off against 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 in the semifinals on the other side of the bracket. We will see that match. But Freddie, so if you aren't on Facebook, this guy is coming back from traveling from the Virginia Beach Classic. He just booked his flight and hotel to Vegas. Not able to find the 180 leadoff here, but he's been on a monster of a season, and he is just playing some phenomenal stuff, Nick.
Yeah, disgusted with that 140. He can't believe that he didn't find that one in there. So, Mike going to look to capitalize on the misfortune of not hitting the 180 for Fred. But he finds the 81.
Yeah, and I mean, again, Mike Carignan has been throwing some decent darts, but he does get stricken by this weird just bug that prevents him from scoring consistently, not even from leg to leg, it's just from set to set. And that's a great second dart find there from Fred Krueger, able to pick up that 96. And Mike Carignan, if there's positives from the previous weeks, is that he has the game in him. He knows he can throw the darts required of him to get past a guy like Fred. He just has to dig deep and do it consistently for at least 6 legs.
And look at this. He's back in the treble, going to find the 100, but against Fred, it's just not quite enough. It's just how good Fred is playing right now. So Fred, stepping up with 265, finds the trip 20 with his first dart, will stay there. Is he going to go? Should go downstairs. He goes for the bull instead. 105, 160 left.
Yeah, I mean, Fred is a tough customer. Any way that you try to work it out in your head, you are going to have a game against Fred Krueger because at the bare minimum, he's going to have a game against you. So you got to be ready for the hurricane. You got to be ready to weather the storm because if you're not able to go toe-to-toe, and Mike's doing an okay job. I think he finds a trip 1 there. Excuse me, yeah, only finds a 9. My apologies there. But if you're not able to at least hold an 80, 90 consistently, he's just going to steamroll you.
Yeah, and I mean, he's down to a finish after 9 darts. He's going to have plenty of time to take this out, so he's just going to look to find at least a ton here to leave himself 60. Oh, and he goes wide. A rare wide dart from Fred Krueger there. So still very much in control. Has plenty of time unless Mike can really fill one up here.
Yeah, I mean, Fred's not going to be pressured at all. Carignan has to hit at least 2 here, 2 triples, and he's not going to get it done. So Fred's going to have all the time in the world to clean up this 119. Carignan, I mean, not playing that great in the opening leg here in low 60 average, dropping below 60 now. Freddie, he's hit these visits before. My goodness, I think 72 remaining?
62
remaining.
62,
excuse me. Not able to find that triple 10. So 52 remaining now. I can kind of do math on some days.
And doesn't find the big number. So he's going to have a single to double finish. He's basically sitting on a finish. But could have been a little cleaner.
I can't wait for the chat to roast me about my poor math skills. It's going to happen.
That's what you got me here for. That's what you got me here for. But Mike needs to be careful. And so a lot of the times you go downstairs with a second dart because now after the 40, you don't have a finish no matter what you do. Even if you hit that trip, 166 is not a finish. So Fred, coming back for this 43.
And I know exactly what you need for 43. Finds the 3 going upstairs for double 20. It's been so reliable for him all season and continues to be so. Good find there. Derek Banner in the chat says, "What's up, gentlemen?" Glad that you're here. Derek, thanks for hanging out with us on week 4. Freddie finds that first leg with relative ease, and Mike Carrigan's going to have to turn up the heat, man.
Marty, I'm so proud that you got the number right. I'm just
Me
so
too.
proud of you.
How do you think I feel, dude?
But look at this, is he has a triple in the first dart. Can he keep it straight up? A ton for Mike Carignan. He's had some good darts. It's just a ton is almost not enough against Fred Krueger.
I mean, those were tough blocker darts. The grouping was good, but again, it's just so consistent here for Freddie. He's been playing to such a high standard of play. Looks like there's still space in there. Can't quite navigate that third dart through, but the 95 is enough, and Carignan knows, okay, at the very least, the one thing that I can't do is afford to be broken. I got to hold my throw. Let's see what he can do. Low dart with that first one. Wants to navigate it upwards. Finds it with the second dart, so a great adjustment. Looking to stay true. Pushes it outside to the 81. And Freddie, you know what? I don't think he's going to be bothered by anything. I mean, I don't think anything really gets to him.
No, and I think, so you see in Mike, he has that little hitch that he's getting over, and it's gotten a lot better, and you can see because he's finding the dribbles more consistently. But Fred, another rare miss wide from him, only a 41 scored, so opportunity for Mike to really pull ahead in this leg.
And as soon as I say that, of Fred not being bothered by stuff, you could see a little bit of frustration finding that low visit. Carignan wants to keep putting the building blocks in place here to find a decent visit. One in there, wants another one, can only find another ton, but he's doing a good job marching along here in this leg and looking to hold his throw.
But crucially, he's going to have to continue this performance throughout all of the sets.
Yeah.
We've seen him come out strong in the first set and then kind of peter off. So can he turn that around and say, hey, I can do this over longer periods of time?
Yeah, and another poor visit here for Fred Krueger, another 45. So maybe a little bit of fatigue. Flying back in from Virginia Beach today. He landed just a few hours ago. So happy that he's here joining us for week 4. He wants all of the nightly victories. He wants to take all of them. Mike Carignan looking to have something to say. Looking like to, well, he can only find 60 there. So it's a decent visit. No pressure coming from Fred, but if he fills it up here, things can change real quick.
Yeah, well, he needs to fill it up just to really put himself in contention. And he's not going to do so. So Mike's going to have 6 darts at this 160. 2 full visits to try to take this one out. And he probably needs to do it with how Fred plays.
Yeah, I mean, he can. I mean, Carignan is a hell of a dart player, has a beautiful throw. And he's no stranger to these high-pressure situations. Can't find that first dart in, so can only look to set up from this point out. That's a tough second dart going slightly above. Looking to try and find it a little lower. Can't do it. He'll be sitting on 100, and sometimes you feel like that's just not enough if Freddie comes in and hits something big.
At least it is a 1 treble visit where you really just need to find that first dart straight and keep them straight. But Fred, unable to leave himself a finish. So we've seen this time and time again that honestly, like, his first game is his worst game.
Yes.
By far, I mean, we say that and he's shooting like an 85 average in that game, but still, can Mike take out this 100? He can't now with a 1, but crucially, Fred's not on a finish. So Mike's just got to clean this up, and he's not going to do so.
No.
That is tough.
That's probably the worst possible combination of darts with 100 left to throw. Freddie, and I agree with you, Nick. I mean, he always ramps up as the night goes on, looking to set himself up with something big here, going downstairs, might be going for the 17s, does find it, so a great visit there from Fred Krueger, finding the big 137. But Mike Carignan knows if there's a time to get on Fred Krueger, it's right now, right at the get-go in the opening game, 79, looking to try and get it done here to secure himself a leg. 60 remaining, wants a single 20, and he busts his score, so the Cardinals sin. That's a tough, tough dart there.
Yeah, that is a backbreaker right there. You finally had some control in the leg. You have a poor visit, and then you bust your score. But Fred, got to take this out now. And he goes low. So we're seeing a little bit of wavering from Fred, and we're showing that he's vulnerable.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Carignan, he doesn't want to be vulnerable for too much longer. He wants to get this leg done and dusted immediately. Finds 57, so 22 remaining, going all the way to the left for double 11. Just a little bit of a walk, needs to walk the dog inside. and he finds it with the third dart. So Mike Carignan with a little bit of fight. He says, hey, Fido, that's my dog's name, I guess. Come on in, boy.
After busting the 79 the turn before, he comes back and fires it in. But look at Fred not to be deterred. Finds the trip 20 and the trip 19. Can he find a third one? That is a 174 from Fred Krueger. What a way to answer back after what was a poor leg.
And critically, he's on for a perfect leg of darts here with that opening salvo. Mike Carignan has to respond. Again, we'll be breathing a little bit easier if you can, knowing that this is Freddie's hold. 2 darts low, looking to try and stack it over if he can. Can't quite do it, just a little too high. But Freddie looking to keep the combo going.
Yeah, 3-2-7 now. Can he find the trips to answer? And he won't do it.
Boo.
Yeah, boo this man for not throwing perfect darts as he goes and finds another trip 19. And he finds the trip, just not quite the right one. So an 86 scored. 2 back-to-back good visits from Fred Krueger.
Yeah, responding to Derek in the chat here. Looks like Freddie might be on for a decently good leg as well. I don't know if 13 darts is in the cards for Fred. Might be, knowing the standard that he's playing to. Carignan looking to put another in there. Looks like it just clatters up. So 81, found from Mike Carignan. And Freddie just looking to keep on, well, just rolling along here.
Yeah, keep on keeping on. But he's getting these left and right darts, which is pretty uncharacteristic of him. So is he going to be able to correct that tonight? Now, only at 55, he's still very much in control of the leg.
Yeah, Carignan has to pick up the pace with the scoring. I mean, we've said it time and time again, if there's one department that you cannot afford to get behind when you play Fred Krueger, is you got to keep even on the scoring. And we saw that down in Virginia Beach. He was playing against some of the best players on the East Coast, and they were keeping up with him, putting the pressure on. And it basically comes down to any game of darts, where it's just the pressure on the doubles, on the outer ring. How good is your resolve? Freddie's too good of a player to let left and right darts hinder his score for too long.
And let's clarify, not the best players in the East Coast, best players in North America.
Correct, yeah.
We had players from all over the United States and Canada coming down and playing in these events. So a big 97 from Fred, leaving 89, the trip 19 to double 16, 320. Carignan is stranded right now.
I think the way to end that phrase would have been playing at all of these events, eh?
Oh my, no, they're in Virginia Beach.
Yeah, but there's Canadians involved.
Oh my! You know what? I'll let Dave Cameron and Derek Christie. They can real respond. To that
I have some words for Dave Cameron for what that man did to me up at Port City. We'll get to that story in just a second. As Freddie finds the single three, so 86 remaining. Wants the 18 switch, not able to get it done, but again under no pressure. Finds that 20 for, I believe, 56 remaining. If I do the math correctly, I'm not the best at math. I think that's
should be 48 remaining.
Again, so there you go. No pressure. That's why I'm behind the mic and not the board. But Mike Carignan working with 2-4-3 needs to try and find some big triples. That's a 1 found. So looks like this is going to be a nice, comfortable hole to throw here, barring any crazy antics from Fred Krueger.
Yeah, 63 does not leave a finish, 180 left. So a clean 48 to clean up right now. Goes for the 8. He's been all but perfect on double 20. Goes low this time. Is double 10 his friend? Yes, it is. He's able to sneak it in just under that double 6. But it in is in. That's all that matters.
I just love it when friends embrace like that and he finds that double 10. Of course, I'm staring at you when I say that.
I'm going to let the silence speak for itself.
Mike Carignan looking to lead off in the leg here, trying to find the middle of the board. Oh, my goodness, guys. If you didn't watch that opening game, that would explain why we're getting so weird. Now, that was a crazy game. Our minds were all over the place with that one. Freddie finds it with that first dart. So much space. Just wants to keep going in there. Are we going to see the big 180 from Fred Krueger? We are not. The darts say nay, and it's rejected from the board.
Yeah, unfortunate stuff from Fred. What realistically was a perfect dart just clatters out, unable to find the cork. And I guess Mike's just going to be lucky that he didn't find that one. And looks like he goes just high on that trip 20. And he goes low, so only a 60 scored. It's not quite going to be enough to match the scoring power of Fred, who's bounced his average back up to over an 80.
Ready? Sitting that dart just above that wire. And this is the hard part. You start putting a forest of flights in the way. You have to go downstairs for the switch. Does find the big, but doesn't find the triple that he was looking for. Catherine De Silva in the chat says, let's go, Frederick. He needs all the motivation that he can get if he wants to go for 4 nights in a row. What a stat that would be. Carignan finds that beautiful first dart. Finds two in there. Are we going to see the big 171? Wants another one for sure. And I don't think it is in there. It goes low, but a great visit nonetheless.
Yeah, 133. That is much more of the scoring power that you need and actually puts him in a decent spot in this leg, but not to be deterred. Fred is just back in the treble. I think he's just high with that second dart. Does decide to go downstairs, but a 137 to answer. Just crazy stuff from Fred. Both these guys now firing on all cylinders.
The guy's nasty. I mean, he does not miss very often, so you got to jump on it, get these scores going. That's a tough first start, shake of the head. Carrigan's not playing half bad. It's just, again, it's a game of millimeters, and if you're not able to find these darts when you need them, all of a sudden, that gap grows to a gigantic amount in no time at all.
Yeah, Incredible is right. The way Fred has been playing as of lately, I would say the whole season and even before the season started, he's just been unbeatable. He's been averaging in the 90s for the most part, which is to almost any dart player unplayable.
Don't tell Tom Curtin that, because I'm sure he's watching from home right now. Hopefully he's feeling okay if he is home. But he doesn't like losing to to Fred Krueger. Tommy, he wants these games versus Fred. He wants to keep his belt. Good visit so far here from Mike Carignan. Needs to get himself down within range. Looks like he's going to go upstairs for this third dart. And it's just a killer third dart, just on the wrong side of the wire.
Yeah, it does put him down to a finish, a 133 finish, but Fred's going to have first stab at this 142. And he's not going to take it out. How well can he lay it up? Goes downstairs. That is a trip 3, it looks like. So not going to be super happy with this visit. You can see the little bit of confusion on his face. Like, how did neither of those go in?
I mean, that's the standard he's playing to, though. He gets offended when it goes to the wrong side of the wire. But Foda in the chat saying, let's go, Fred. So happy that you're here, Chris. Hope that the night is going well for you. Finds that single 19, so no way home here for Carignan, looking to just try and knock the score down. It's a sloppy second dart. Not a great third either, so no big bites here. Freddie, 94, this is within the repertoire for him.
Yeah, this is, I mean, you've got to think this is got a very good chance to go. Does he go double-double? No, he goes for the trip 20. And yeah, he's going to go with a 54 score, going to leave tops. So Mike with an outside chance here, but no treble needed to take this one out.
Do you think that was Fred saying you can't take it out to Mike Carignan?
I don't think Fred would ever take a shot like that. I think Fred is the kind of guy that's going to actually go for the flashy finishes of anything. But a 5 there is going to make things really difficult. But look at this, as we've got tops dialed up. Oh, and he almost steals the leg away. A chance from Mike has come and gone, and you don't think Fred's going to miss this tops.
Yeah, what a good bid there for Carignan. Freddie, double 20. Talk about pen pals, talk about star-crossed lovers. He loves this double 20. Just looking to bring the dart a little bit lower. He can't, so it betrays him on this visit. And Mike Carignan, this is for a hold of throw, but what a shot he has now to keep his throw.
Yeah, Mike has a chance to level the set right now and go to a deciding leg in a set that we pretty much counted him out of. And look at that, first dart goes right in. We're going to a 5th leg decider in the first set.
Yeah, that's a great visit there from Carignan, just to hold his nerves, hold his throw, push Freddie, who we've very rarely seen push to this point. So far, only Tom has been able to really get under his skin. Freddie looking to get off to a good jump here. Not sure what he hit there with the flights in the way. We'll find out in just a second.
And yeah, looks like it was a 22 scored. Yeah, not a 2. So a rough visit. So a big chance for Mike to really bounce back in this one. Can he find the trips? And he goes just above. That's a great first dart, but his darts do lay a little flat. So it might cause some kicks, and it looks like he goes wide. Needs to take advantage of this scoring opportunity. Goes just low. 45 is not going to be enough. No, 60 is okay, but if Fred can bounce back with a big visit, it's not going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, Freddie's not the one to be on a triple drought for too long. That's a very awkward hanger dart, and we don't see many of those in steel tip, but a great switch down to the 19s, finds the 97. Again, keeping Carignan honest. He's got to keep a chugging here if he wants to try and put the pressure on Krueger. Those darts are not going to do it. Needs to keep stay disciplined. That's a great switch, and looks like he's not able to convert with that third dart. It's enough, but oh, might be. Was that really 33? I thought that was in there.
Wow, it must have been a trip 3. Just the closest of margins. But do we have a 2 in the treble right here? It looks like a 140 from Krueger. and it is. Taking advantage of the poor visit from Mike that looked good.
Yeah, I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I was convinced that that was in that triple 19 segment, and things are going to start becoming very difficult here for Mike Carignan. He can't find at least something here, finds the big triple, but he knows that this leg is starting to slip away. If Freddie can just keep it steady, wants to just keep, well, locking down and hammering these trip 20s. And that gets really awkward. Needs to find the switch. Can't do it. That's another trip 3 found. So maybe something here for Mike Carignan if he can find a big visit.
Yeah, and that's a problem with where his dart landed. That first dart landed low of the trip 20, and that's what caused it to kind of kick into the trip 1. But we've got a first dart triple from Mike. Can he keep him straight? Would like another trip here. Just got to keep it in the 20s, though, and I don't think he did. I think that is an 83 scored. So he's at least putting himself in better positions. So the game is not over yet. That's for sure.
I'm not sure if it's Nolan or Blake in the chat that's saying, "Let's go, Dad." That might be Freddie's son cheering him on here in the chat. We love to see that type of support, and looks like it's working with the big 140 find there. Pressure ramping up for Mike, who needs to find something if he wants to have a look at an out. Can't afford to have any left-right darts. Needs to find 2 if he wants to have a chance. Can't get it done. Needs a ton at the bare minimum for an outside shot. What can he do with it? Can't navigate his way through. Fred Krueger 70. I mean, I'd take that bet.
Yeah, 70 with your opponent sitting on 184. Just throw the smart darts. You don't have to do anything crazy. Just don't miss left and right. And he sets himself up for the double 20. And he goes well low again. So that's another visit at double 20 that's gone almost in the middle of the fat part of the 20. So just some really low darts from Fred in this one.
But there's also no need to risk it in that moment in time. But Mike Carignan finding that first dart. Goes a little high. You can just, I love the frustration. I love the passion there. Wants to put one more in there, and the 81 with the third dart a millimeter wide makes all the difference. 103. Freddie looking to lock down. Double 10. Goes inside, so going upstairs. Wants to drop it a little low. Can't do it, so an opportunity for Mike at the opening set.
So 103 for Mike. You've got to start downstairs. Because if you hit a 1 or a 5, well, if you hit a 1, your bid's over. You're not getting a shot at it. So either keep it straight or start downstairs. He does start downstairs. So he's going to have 84 left. Trip 20 for double 12 here. Needs to find the trip. Will he have a chance to steal the set? And he goes low. So 64 left. He's got to tee it up and hope for a mistake. And it looks like he finds the trip to leave 16. I don't know if he found it. It doesn't look like he did, but he'll be sitting on 48.
And double 5 can get tricky very quickly. I mean, that's a great marker dart, but how close is that? Navigates his way through with the second dart. Little bit of stress there from Freddie in the end of that leg. I mean, Mike Carignan was, that's a very good 48 if he comes back. Able to secure it, Freddie.
𝗪𝗏𝗀𝗎 Darts is the name in darts for Central Massachusetts and beyond. From dart sets and boards, accessories and apparel, to luck of the draws and events, 𝗪𝗏𝗀𝗎 Darts does it all to support the community they truly understand and love. Trusted by everyone, from players just starting out to state league champions, if you need to stock up on supplies or are just looking for a good time, look no further than 𝗪𝗏𝗀𝗎 Darts. Be sure to follow them on Facebook to stay up to date and tell them the WPL sent you.
Days End Tavern is Oxford's hometown sports bar. Always serving up great times, great drinks, and great vibes. Always open for the biggest games. Come for the people, stay for the dart leagues, pool leagues, trivia nights, live music, and so much more going on every week. Come as friends, leave as family. How every hometown bar should be. Head on down to Days End Tavern in Oxford today. Since 2014, US Sports and Apparel has been helping teams, companies, and organizations look their best. Their catalog runs deep, including custom team uniforms, embroidered corporate wear, spirit wear, and promotional items. If you want it branded, they have the tools and the people to get the job done right. So if you're looking for unmatched quality, customer service, and quick turnaround time on your project, head down to Marlboro or give US Sports and Apparel a call. Again, if you're looking for gear that works as hard as you do, trust in US Sports and Apparel to get the job done right.
We're going to a second set, but a decent effort from Carignan there.
Yeah, and I think that set was a lot closer than Fred wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Look, he kind of felt like he was in control, and scoring-wise, he kind of was in control for a very long time. But the doubling was just not quite there. And can he find, it looks like a decent opening of a 60. Not quite the big opening he wants against a guy like Fred Krueger.
Looks like we got confirmation that Nolan is Freddie's son from John Marshall in the chat. Also, Nolan confirming himself, saying, I am his kid, verbatim. Lucas, who is not Fred's kid, says, great set. Glad that everyone's here watching week 4 of the Worcester Premier League. Carignan giving Fred quite the scare there in that opening set, pushing him all the way to see if more decent darts can come out of the throw of Mike Carignan, who, again, has had a little bit of a weird season back and forth. Tough first-round draw here for sure, but, I mean, I wouldn't count him out with weeks to go.
I think Mike has had some of the hardest draws all season. He's played all of the top guys. I don't think he's played any of the guys that are kind of he's going to be fighting for. Like, he hasn't played Rudge, he hasn't played Justin, he hasn't played Mike. So can he kind of take a steal off of Fred, a game he's expected to lose?
I mean, what a steal that would be if he does.
I mean, he almost took that first set. He had a chance at it. Fred was giving him opportunities. He's just not taking them, and 2 fat ones is just not a start to a visit, and that's only going to be an 11 from Mike.
Yeah, that might be a little bit of a
stuff.
cast or curse right there.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens. It's why we're behind the mic, because we have our magical powers. Curse these guys, but I don't think any sort of magic can work, or I guess bad magic can work on the throw of Fred Krueger, who finds the big 140. Great darts there. Puts the pressure on Mike Carignan, saying, listen, I'm not in and out, but this is a good gap that I'm building here, and you have to catch back up.
But it doesn't matter. When your opponent's sitting on 3-7-1, you're just focused on getting your score down. You're not really under pressure to take a big finish out. It's just keep chugging along, put yourself in a good spot, take all the pressure off yourself.
Oh, come on. You know Fred's going to want to take a big finish out.
You know he wants to. He's going to go after these bull finishes. A wide one, you can see just the shake of the head with a wide after the first trip 20. I think that's going to be an 81 scored. Yes, it is. So we're going to have 88 left.
This is a pretty tough leg here for Mike Carignan. I mean, this is going to be a pretty brutal break if Fred can clean up this 88 and Mike continues to, well, not hit some decent visits. Needs another one. Again, that low dart. Again, he did a great job with the correction, but the third dart just corrects back into that first one. 88 remaining now for Fred Krueger. As the math has worked out from Mike Carignan, I think this is looking pretty good.
Yeah, he'll go trip 20 here. Again, if he's going to have a shot at a bowl, he's going to take it. But double 14 it is, unless he decides to split it. But I don't see him as the guy that's ever going to split it unless the opportunity really necessitates it. And maybe it comes back to bite him at one point, as he's now sitting on 14.
I mean, a 180 here from Mike Carignan brings the score down to 101. And anytime you get into the weird doubles around the board, I mean, there's no such thing as a bad double. But there's some uncommon doubles, and they can be pretty strange to work with. Carignan looking for another one. Looks like he does find the big 140, so, okay. Questions being asked here. He's within range. Freddie has to find double 7. Finds it, and, well, all the work from Mike Carignan just gets blown up right in his face.
Yeah, I mean, it was an outside chance anyway, but it gets a little nervy when all of a sudden you're like, oh, he is on a finish now, and I'm on a weird finish like 14, where if I miss inside, I'm kind of screwed.
Yeah, but I don't think Freddie thinks that way. I think he saw Mike Carignan at the within range, and he's like, all right, I'm just going to take this. No more messing around.
Yeah, and I know Fred. He wants to take out any finish he can find. He's not going to lay up. He doesn't want to split if he doesn't absolutely have to. He likes to just keep firing on all cylinders. You know, like it's just the showman in him. So can Mike answer back with some big visits? We saw him with the big 140 visit, and he's just wide with a 41 now. He's been unable to keep things relatively straight today. But Fred has been just good enough to keep control of this.
Yeah, I mean, keep in mind, this is also him getting off of a plane a few hours ago, coming back from Virginia Beach, throwing an entire weekend's full of darts. I mean, I'm not sure how the arm is feeling, but I know that anytime you travel, you're going to be tired. Anytime you're throwing that many darts, your arm's going to be tired. He's throwing a really good standard with all of those factors combined. Mike Carignan looking to fill it up. Can he squeeze another one in there? No, the flights say no, so the curse of the K-Flex kicks that dart up. Say that 5 times fast.
Yeah, clatters high, and just the chance that he had just blows up in his face. But Fred, that's going to be tough to get by. He might move downstairs here. And he does. The cover shooting is just phenomenal from him.
It's great.
His ability to just redirect and move downstairs to that 19 is just unbeatable right now.
Yeah, and I mean, that's one of the things that I feel like that's one of the skills that a lot of players, especially newer players, don't develop. They love to hammer the 20s, but anytime they have to work any other part of the board, it's just not as consistent, not as clean. Fred is showing that if you can consistently hit those 19s, my goodness, what a difference it makes when you're just trying to get down the points. Or the board, excuse me.
And Fred back in the trip 20 with his first dart. So he will be first to a finish. He'll go down to the 19s. Will find it. And a 120 score to leave 102. So Mike back on 220. Needs to just get it as close as he can. A 180 to leave 40 would be nice, but he's just hoping to get to a finish.
I can't think of a better example there talking about cover shooting than that. I mean, what a leave, what a setup. And it just continues the pressure on Mike Carignan, who's not throwing a bad game, but not able to convert, switching down to those 19s. And Robin, yeah, he was at Virginia Beach for 4 days, and he's still holding himself to an incredible standard. 82 remaining now, should be going over to the 14s to leave tops. Wanted the bullseye. Not happy with the way that that dart landed, so a little bit of math required, thinking about which way he wants to go.
Yeah, it's 67 left.
6-7.
Oh my, I should just never speak again.
Anytime that you say that, I'm going to bring that up. I'm not even a zoomer either, which makes it funnier.
Oh my, yeah, elected to go for the bull there, but Mike, all he can do is try to lay up and hope that Fred misses, which he's done actually a fair amount of missing in this match.
I don't expect that to continue as the night goes on, though. I mean, we've seen this time and time again. This is a classic Fred game where as it goes on, just a little bit longer at a time, he just ramps up the play, finds that first dart for double 16 going across, needs to go up to double 8 now. Minor adjustment needed, locks it down. So 2 legs, and he has put himself within 1. A nod of the head there from Mike Carignan. That's a pretty clean take.
And funny enough, you saw the scowl on Fred's face when he hit that fat 16. He was like, oh, where did that one go? But the ability to just recompose and figure it out and let him win that leg.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's the level that he is playing to. He knows that if he has a big miss like that, it's offensive. Not sure if Carignan was able to find one in there. Believe he does find one, so 79 is punched in. Freddie, and he's just been so good and consistent on these 20s. I feel like he's guaranteed one every time.
Yeah, he's got to start getting them up, though, because he's missing low, and it makes it harder to do what he's doing right now because of exactly that, where it kicks that dart low. They're well-thrown darts, but that first one acts as defense.
Yeah, and the last thing that you want to be doing is playing defense against yourself. Interesting switch from Mike Carignan, who needs to start stacking up, finds that trip 7, so just, I think he's elected to move away from the number. Nope, chooses to stay. So 59 found there from Mike Carignan. Freddie, at 401, just needs a little bit of, well, decent amount of points here to leapfrog Mike. Not happy with that first dart at all. Locates that second dart. Beautiful. Plenty of space in the bed. Wants to put another one in there, and I believe he does. So it might be a 1-2-1 punched in from Freddie. Pressure building for Mike now.
Yeah, and he's had a lot of first darts go really low, but he's doing a good job to correct after that first one. But if he could get that first dart up so it's not such a blocker, he'd be in an even better position than he is right now. And Mike only able to find the 41, so very much in control of his destiny right now. And he's right back into the trip 20. Can he find another? No, he goes just low. And is he blocked? He's going to stay. Looks like it's 100. It's not quite enough, but with your opponent on 3-2-2, it almost doesn't matter.
You know what I think he should do next? I think he should not hit a 180.
You know what? Just as style points, I think he should hit the 180.
If he did that, that would be probably the craziest thing I've ever seen in darts, is to purposely hit the 180 just to prove a point. He's not going to do it because Fred's a better player. I know that if I told you that and we were playing on doubles, you would do it for the meme.
For the memes. You've got to commit to the bit. That's the whole point.
Don't commit to the bit when the games matter, folks. Wrong.
Fred looking for a big 140 here as he goes low with the first dart. And this is what I mean. The low darts are starting to kill him. That no matter how well thrown you are, they just get battered down. So 120, he's going to come back for this Shanghai finish.
And all the points looked like they were in the exact same spot in the board. They were just blocked, so they were just ended up in weird angles.
Yeah, he throws his dart. His darts go very upright, so he's able to just kind of clatter him in if he goes high with his first one. But when they go low like that, it's real tough to get up and over. You got to throw it on a pretty high arc and kind of have it drop in. But 100 from Carignan, just asking the question, saying, hey, you better take this 120 out or I'm at least going to have a chance.
Yeah, lining up the 120. Needs to find the triple if he wants to have the second part of the Shanghai. And that's the same problem that we've seen so far. Finds the 3 darts in the 20 segment, so will leave himself 60. But Mike Carignan, low percentage chance, 141.
But generally, he left that dart high. The first one worked as a marker, and he did clatter into it almost perfectly, just unlucky with where it bounced. It did not bounce down. But Mike not going to be able to take out this 141. Fred coming back for 60 for the match after Mike gave him a scare in the first set.
Yeah, no, Mike played really well in that first set. I mean, did a great job. Fred was just getting his arm loose and warmed up. But looks like this is coming to a conclusion here. Freddie can find, with 2 darts in hand, that double 20, lining it up and seals the deal. So Fred Krueger keeps his point streak alive, looking to try and take 4 nights on the spin here in WPL Season 4.
𝗬𝗏 Tap Room is the hub of darts in central Massachusetts. With close to 30 dartboards to play on and the biggest Friday luck of the draw around, you're guaranteed to see some friends or make some new ones every time you stop in. Additionally, 𝗬𝗏 Tap Room hosts many Worcester Dart League and Minuteman Dart League teams in all divisions, making it fun and inviting for a wide range of players and skill levels. If you're looking to develop your game, why not try and play in one of the many weekly leagues from cricket to long format 501? You're going to grow as a player and have fun doing it. So if you're serious about darts, stop by 𝗬𝗏 Tap Room as soon as you can. Say hi to Todd and Doreen and the rest of the staff. They'll be sure to take good care of you. 𝗬𝗏 Tap Room, 70 James Street in Worcester. See you there.